And have I got a story for y'all? I'm going to pick up a family vehicle right now. We needed a bigger vehicle for the dogs and the kid, and we're trying to have a kid and everything else. And I've got some important news for you guys. Here very soon, I'll be able to disclose some information. I went to go look at a Suburban last night. Or Yukon XL. I drove all the way out to Flint, Michigan, 4 hours and 20 minutes away. I didn't get there until 12:30 at night. And it was the biggest hunk of junk that I've ever seen in my entire life. I got desperate because the vehicle was really cheap and they said there was nothing wrong with it. It was in really good shape. It only had 138,000 miles on it. And if you know anything about those Yukons or Suburbans, they're typically between $8,000 to $12,000 in really good shape. And the way they took the pictures, it made it look like everything was perfect. It was a complete freaking hunk of junk. And I left and I told the kid, I'm so pissed at you right now, man. You wasted my time. You said there was no rust and stuff under the vehicle. There's a damn hole the size of a softball in the frame. The engine is covered in oil. The transfer case is covered in oil. The transmission is covered in oil. This thing has been tuned. It's misfiring like crazy right now, and they won't even set a check engine light. And he says, oh, yeah, it had a DOD delete done, and it had the oxygen sensors programmed out of it and stuff like that. And I said, man, oh, God, I was pissed, man. 4.5 hours out there, 4.5 hours home. Luckily, I found one today, though, and it only has 100,000 miles on it. It's a 2007. It's in really, really good shape. It's a Suburban. And the dude is a really stand-up guy, and he's 13 minutes away from me. And if I'd have just waited another day and just come up with an extra $1,000, $1,500, I would have had a vehicle that I didn't have to go 4.5 hours away. Anyway, y'all get the point. I was stupid. I should have never did that late at night. I was carrying. It was in Flint, Michigan, in a really, really bad part. I checked in with the police when I got there to let them know what I was in the area doing. And I took somebody with me. Anyway, let's go get this Suburban. I'm going to get cleaned up real quick, and we're going to go get the Suburban, and then I'll be right back. Well, there it is. I got it. It's got a little bit of surface rust right here that I'm going to take care of. I'm going to drop it off with the body guy. It's got a little bit on the bottom of the door right there. But the rockers and everything are real clean in this. It needs a set of tires, that's for sure. I might actually have tires for it at home. What are these? Yep, I got tires for it at home right now. I got a set of 265 75 17s. These are 265 70 17s. I already got brand new tires for it. So I'll put my brand new tires that are on the Ford rims on this, and then I don't have to buy new tires. They're the Bridgestone Duelers. She likes those. They don't make a lot of noise, and they got very good traction. It's going to need lights. They got a little crack in the light or whatever, but it's got 100,000 miles on it. Super clean. Engine super quiet. Not ticking or anything like that. No oil all over the place. It's got a sunroof and a DVD player, and AC is ice cold in this thing. So I'm already familiar with this because of engine is super clean. Nothing making noises. He said it recently got a tune-up and stuff. So no exhaust leaks. Just a really, really good running engine. So I'm happy with it. Let's go. Let's go home now. Oh, and I don't know if maybe I did mention, I don't know, but four-wheel drive. So it rides extremely well, and no lights on, no nothing. Sounds good. It's just a very, very, very nice vehicle. I'll go put some fuel in it tomorrow on the way to work. Well, we have purchased it. It's at home, and it will be the new family channel vehicle. This will be for like traveling and stuff like that. The thing it rides extremely nice. It's very quiet. AC is ice cold. Sunroof and everything works. I got a flasher and a brake light that's out. That's fine. And yeah, let's see what this brings. And I'll keep you guys updated. Take care. So I didn't really get into too much of the story last night, but we drove like 4.5 hours out to Flint, Michigan. And Flint is already a rough place to be. And they wanted $4,300 for this Yukon XL with 138,000 miles on it. So most of these vehicles that we were looking at that had around 100 to like 140,000 miles, they were like up 8, 9 grand, 10 grand plus. And the dealers wanted 15, 16 grand for them at that mileage. So I'm like, man, this looks like a pretty good vehicle. Dude says he'll take $4,300 for it. Looks like he's trying to move out of town or something like that. He's selling a couple different vehicles and a house. So it says, seems legit. Let's drive out there and take a chance. So I grabbed my coworker, my buddy. He's a really good friend of mine. And we head out there. I gave him $400 to ride out there with me because it's 8 hours in a vehicle. He's going to lose. He could be at home with his wife. So I gave him $400 to go out there with me. And I drove all the way out and then an hour back before I had to switch because I got really tired. And we didn't obviously pick up the vehicle, but when I got there, I was like, man, I'm going to call the police and let them know that I'm in the area and what my intention is and what I'm doing, because it's going to look like a drug dealer, something like this. He had me meet him at a pawn shop parking lot that his grandpa owned in Flint, Michigan. So I'm like, whatever, I'll just meet this kid there. And I stop at an auto place a block away, and I call the cops from the auto place parking lot, like a repair facility. And I give it about 15 minutes, and the dude messages me and says, are you almost here? And I said, yeah, I'm here right now. And he says, okay. And then all of a sudden he just shows up, and I see the Yukon cross the street with another car behind it, and I was like, oh, he brought company. Luckily I got company. I'm packing as well, so I'm worried a little, but not that much. He's a young guy. Doesn't seem like he's really experienced life too much. So we pull up in the parking lot, and the truck from the GMC Sierra is the one I took out there, and it drove phenomenal all the way out there. Just perfect ride, very, very nice. 75, 80 mile an hour. Everybody was just cruising. And the lights are shining on the vehicle, and I see these paint, like rattle can paint marks. And I see like big giant rust holes and stuff in it, and then a rust hole in the frame, and everything covered in oil, and the inside of the interior is really wasn't like super bad, but it was more beat up than what I seen like in the photos. And I was immediately pissed. I wanted to beat this kid's ass, man. I really wanted to just like grab the title, rip it up, beat this kid's ass, and just, but I was like, you know what, I'm pissed right now, man. And he's like, well, make me an offer. I said, $2 grand. And he says, okay, I could do $2 grand. I'll take $2 grand. And I'm like, what the heck? That was easy. $2,300 drop just out of nowhere. And he was like, well, I didn't know about the hole in the frame, and I didn't know it was going to be as bad as it is to fix this. I'm really young. I don't know very much about cars. And so I'm like, okay, whatever, let me take this thing down the road. And like I explained earlier, I got in the engine shaking, sounded like dog shit. It just, and then he starts talking about how oxygen sensors are tuned out of it, and this and that's tuned. I was like, I'm done, man. I'll just go pay more for something nicer. And I think I hit the jackpot with this one. This is a really nice vehicle for this price, and it runs extremely well. We're gonna have it for a long time. We're gonna enjoy it as a family. So that's the story. Repeated some of it. I apologize, but we'll have more content coming soon. Y'all take care, be blessed, have a great night.